Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new day. It is Sunday morning still for 15 more minutes, and I'm cooking lunch. So a food pantry meal. We're going to use that ground beef we got at the food pantry on Thursday, and I'm just going to make up some bacon cheeseburgers. So we're going to have bacon, cheese, lettuce, tomato. I'll have ketchup and Miracle Whip on mine. I think Glenn said he'll have mustard and a little bit of Miracle Whip. So hope everybody's having a good weekend so far. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. By the time you see this, it won't be Father's Day anymore. Alright, so I'm just going to cook up this bacon, start making some hamburger patties, and get this lunch going. Alright everyone, so I've got all the condiments ready. I've got the, I don't know if you can see that lettuce and tomato there. I've got slices of cheese, green olives for Glenn, Miracle Whip, mustard, ketchup, bacon, and I'm about to make the patties. So I'm just going to throw some seasoned salt, onion powder, and pepper on it. I'm not doing smash burgers, just regular hamburgers. I'm probably going to make 4 of the hamburgers out of this. Instead of dirtying another dish, I'm just mixing it all on here. This is what I defrosted it on. Alright, just going to make some patties now. I'm just going to roll them up into their balls. And one of them's a little bigger than the others. Maybe borrow some from that hamburger. Okay, so there's my 4 hamburger patties, or are going to be the patties. And I'm going to go ahead and turn the skillet on and start making some bacon cheeseburgers. Alright, so I'm just going to start flattening out my burger patties. When I don't do smash burgers and I just make them as regular hamburgers, I just do it this way. Otherwise, my smash burgers, you know, I just smash them with the back of a griddle pan, a small griddle pan. Since I got this skillet, I have to tell you, I have hardly cooked anything on the stovetop. Anything that has been cooked on the stovetop is only things that I need to boil, like spaghetti or something like that. Otherwise, everything has been done in the skillet since I got it, and I love it. Oh, what I like to do also on these patties is just put a dimple in the middle that keeps the juices in and keeps them a little more moist. I'm just going to throw a little bit of seasoning on them. Alright, so those are always my go-to seasonings if you've not been with the channel too long. Onion powder, and some of these were gifted to us. This one and a couple other bottles of it were gifted to us. And I like to use either regular salt or seasoned salt and pepper. So, that's my go-to seasonings. Alright, so I'm just going to let these cook up on the one side for a little bit. And they're already starting to get a nice char on there. Put the patties more towards the middle where most of that heat is, because it's got a ring on the bottom where the heat is. So if you put stuff to the outer edges, it doesn't get as warm. I noticed that when I was making the bacon, the pieces out here weren't getting as warm as the pieces in the middle. So when you're trying to melt cheese on something, if you just cover it, put the lid on, it'll help melt the cheese faster. But the inside of the burgers are still cooking, so I'm just going to let it cook that way. I'm going to let it melt like that. So from everything I've cooked in the skillet, the hamburgers, definitely depending on your grease amount, this is 85-15, and it is creating quite a bit of grease. I could see it popping up. And not too bad on the countertops as the griddle was, but I could see it like all over the handles. But that's a natural thing that happens, so I'm not too worried about it. This is easy enough to clean out. Most of the time, nothing sticks. Actually, I've never had a food so far that's absolutely just gritty stuck to it. Everything wipes out pretty good, so I just use a wet sponge and wipe out all the food. Depending, like if it's hamburgers and the grease has set in, usually I'll wipe it all out, and then I'll wipe it with a soapy sponge, and then just wipe it with a water sponge. I haven't had any problems so far, but I am absolutely loving this. Alright, so I'm going to just start turning this down to almost no heat. Move it aside so I can fix some hamburgers, some bacon cheeseburgers. This thing definitely comes in handy when your jar is that low. Right. Now what I'm going to do, because these are Glenn's, I'm going to put the lid on there now to try to keep some warmth in mine while I take his out. Turn that heat up just a tad bit to melt that cheese more. Actually, I think I'm going to break that bacon up into pieces so when you take a bite it doesn't all come out at once. Well, actually, before we put the bacon on, I'm going to throw some ketchup on that. Or not ketchup, mustard. It is super windy outside. It is crazy windy today. Now Glenn doesn't like tomatoes too much, and if he does have them, he would like them thin, as thin as possible. So I try to cut them thin. All right, there you have bacon cheeseburgers. Can't forget the olives. All right, everyone, so here is our supper for this Sunday night. And we're just having mashed potatoes, and those are real mashed potatoes that I made, and Salisbury steak from the Encore, and the gravy is from the Encore as well. So I didn't record making any of it. I apologize, but one thing I haven't told you guys is I've been having some back pain the last couple weeks, and today it's severe, kind of dragging my right leg. So yeah, but I'll be okay. It's just been a hard day, so that's why I really haven't recorded anything. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and eat. All right, everyone. So it is now Monday evening, and it's actually almost 9 o'clock. I have been sleeping for most of the day, and I'll talk a little bit more about that while I'm making supper, but I'm making chicken patties today, and I'm using leftover mashed potatoes. I made enough to use for chicken patties today, but I made mashed potatoes last night with that Salisbury steak Encore. So we had that last night with homemade mashed potatoes. And then there are 6 in the box, and we ate a total of 4 last night. And then Glenn just had the other 2 for lunch today with some more mashed potatoes. And I ate a bologna sandwich, but there's plenty for chicken patties. So I'm going to use that, and a can of chicken that we got from the pantry. Using some crackers, I'm going to go ahead and put them in a Ziploc bag and crush them up. And that's going to be the coating. I'll use an egg. And I'm going to do this in the electric skillet. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and do this part. All I'm going to do is crush them up. I won't record. And then I'll come back and do the rest. All right, everyone. So I've got my can of chicken in here. I drained out the juice. And so yeah, I slept all day today. It's probably the first day I've really had a chance to rest my back. I've been dealing with some back pain, and right now I'm actually using Glenn's cane to help me hobble around. It was my lower right side. It just felt like pinched, and so it was difficult to get up from sitting spots. But oh, let me get the mashed potatoes so we can get those in there now. But as I was telling Glenn, when you're the caregiver, no matter how you feel, stuff still has to get done. So I'm trying to work and talk here. My back's feeling a little bit better right now because I took some naproxen. So I'm able to move around a little quicker right now because I have no idea what I'm doing here. I'm going to move the camera up so you could get, oh, I think you could see from there. Alright, so long story short, I guess, back pain off and on, but Saturday we were working, and you see in the video, we were working on the ramp to get Glenn a new ramp there, and I was cutting wood, and I was doing this and that, carrying that. OSB is really heavy, so I was carrying that, and by the end of that day, when I moved, I could feel my back was really shot. So I could hardly hobble around. And so Saturday night was really bad. I couldn't hardly move. And then Sunday, which was yesterday, was really kind of bad too, because I was trying to get stuff ready in the house. We had an inspector coming today for the roof and stuff. That program we're trying to get it through, but I'll talk more about that later on. Just trying to get the backstory in of my back. So if you didn't see, I just make my patty, put in the egg wash, and then put in the crackers. So yesterday I was trying to do stuff with that, and then my back was really bad, trying to move stuff around, trying to clear a way to the attic door in case he needed to go up there for the roof to check out the whatever. So yeah, I was pretty much in pain yesterday. Laid down off and on, not laid down but reclined back. And then the inspector came today and he was here about 20 minutes, and then he left, and I just told myself, once he's gone, I am not doing anything for the rest of the day. I'm just going to relax. And it was hot today. The heat index, real feel, what you will, was in the 90s. But it was very sticky here. And so it was really hot. So Glenn stayed in the trailer. I stayed in the house. And once the inspector left, I got us lunch ready. I had a bologna sandwich with lettuce, tomato, cheese, Miracle Whip. And as I said, Glenn had the rest of the Salisbury steak. So once I ate lunch, I reclined back and I fell asleep. I ended up taking a nap, and it felt really good. I slept in the recliner, and then my pain was off and on throughout the day. Sometimes I needed the cane, sometimes I didn't. And then once I took my nap afterwards, woke up, I cut that watermelon, and we had some strawberries, and the watermelon actually tasted pretty good. Can't complain about that. So I think we ate half of the watermelon. And then after we ate the watermelon, I reclined back and went back to sleep. I was determined to get some rest and rest my back today, and so I just didn't do anything. So once that, I went back to sleep, and I didn't wake up till almost 8 o'clock. But you know what? It felt good. It felt good on my back. My back's feeling pretty good right now. I do have the cane here in case, because at any moment it goes to where it gets pinched, and I can't really move it. So that's where I've been, just hobbling around, and that's why I say when you're the caregiver and you're sick or you're injured or you can't get around, it's still got to get done. Things still have to get done. So like when I have to bend down to grab the water bowls or the food bowls for the fur babies, you know, I still got to get that done. Change the litter in the litter box. It's all got to get done still. And no, we don't have family or friends to come and help us. I know that question would be asked. We don't have family around here. So that's what's been going on here. I've slept most of the day, and it's been hot. It's going to be hot tomorrow again. And so for those of you that are in the areas that are extremely hot, please stay cool, hydrated, be careful with that heat. So yeah, it's going to be a bad week for us here today and tomorrow, but I think it cools off for another day or two after that, and then it goes back to heat. So yeah, it's been a wild season of weather. So yeah, so I haven't recorded too much. Just trying to get stuff done so I could get to sitting down again and get off my feet. But that's what's been going on with us. But we're both going to get better. Now that I'm just relaxing my back, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get better, start feeling better every day. And not sleeping. I'm not sleeping in that bed anymore. I went back to the recliner. So, because that bed really, I think, started the whole thing. And some of the worst parts were I was sitting down and I had to get up, and you felt that sharp pain right away, and the anticipation of getting up it just did not feel good. So I know what Glenn feels like now when he's got that pain. Alright, so this is the last patty. I'm going to get the skillet going, clean up this mess, get the skillet going, and get some, we are going to have those strawberries, frozen strawberries. I did put them in the blender though on pulse and I made it liquefied because they come with big chunks, and we pretty much mainly just like the fluid, the liquid, the juice. And so I made it pretty much all juice. Alright, so I will be right back. Alright everyone, so what I did was I put a piece of cardboard on each of these front legs over here, just to even it out so all the butter and oil doesn't go to this side, kind of like the griddle. But what I have here is just some olive oil and butter. Alright, so for cooking my patties, I always use these very small spatulas from the Dollar Tree. I call them my littles. Because if I fill this up with the patties, I've got 8 patties. These fit perfect in between them. So yeah, this is my first time making chicken patties in the electric skillet. So we'll see how that works. I think I'm going to go ahead and just put them in. Well, it says it's red still, so it's not up to temperature. Let's try one. I think I'm going to go ahead and put them in. Then I got 2 small ones. Alright, so 8 of them fit in there. Normally I have 8, I think, good sized ones, but I think I made a couple of these pretty big, so. Yeah, it's already browning on that side. This is probably one of my, I've said this before, this is probably one of my favorite meals. I just love the taste of it. I never heard of patties. Like, people make salmon patties, tuna patties. We just like chicken patties better. And I actually never even heard of these type of patties, whether it be salmon, tuna, or chicken. Growing up, I never heard of that. Even in my adult life, previous to getting here in Wisconsin, I never heard of it. So, first time I made them, Glenn told me his ma used to make them, and they used tuna or something, I think. And the first time I made it, I thought it was good, but then we thought, because we started getting those cans of chicken from the pantry, we thought to try one of those with chicken patties, and we never went back to tuna. Oh, I think we tried tuna one more time, and we figured we like chicken patties better. So, but yeah, it's one of my favorite meals, especially with those frozen strawberries. It's just perfect. Perfect together. Like Batman and Robin, peanut butter and jelly. It's chicken patties and frozen strawberries. But yeah, so those usually come in some juice with some big strawberry chunks, and we don't really like the chunks. So I put it in the blender and did the pulse and made it pretty much all like a puree. Alright, I'm going to get this cookie sheet ready with some paper towel to put the patties on. Yeah, let's see how these are coming along. Oh, toasting up pretty nice. Now this corner one, this is where I said that the corner here doesn't get as much heat. So I'm just going to twist it around like that. So now that part gets heat over here. Well, that's toasting up pretty nice. Oh yeah. Oh, same with this. I'm going to turn this around so this part gets some heat. Oh, nice and brown. There we go. And I put, for those of you that don't know, I'm sure you do know, but for those of you that don't, when I put butter in, when I fry in butter, I always put some olive oil in there, and that keeps the butter from burning. See, and you don't need that much. It's perfect. Looking forward to eating these. So I still haven't recorded all the friend mail. We've received more friend mail, so I'll record that for the next video. I just haven't felt it in my body and my back to record all of that. As I said, I haven't been recording much, so I will have that in the next video. These got a nice brown color to them, and they're cooking so fast, so much faster if I would have done it in the frying pan. Oh yeah, we start taking them out. So I'm glad I put the AC in when I did. I did it the other day. We had a warm day, and it got real hot in the house. It was like 80 degrees in the house, so I put the AC in, but it was while my back was sore, so that didn't help the situation either. But I'm glad I did put the AC in because these hot days crept up on us. Normally we don't get these hot days till like July or August, but crept on us pretty quickly here. We went from a cool spring to a hot summer. Alright, we're just about done, so I'll be back when I'm plated with the strawberries. Alright everyone, so here are my chicken patties, and here is a strawberry puree. I already gave Glenn all his stuff, so I'm just going to eat it out of here. Why dirty another dish, right? But just to show you, I don't know if you could tell, I just made it into kind of like a puree, but normally it comes with some juice and big chunks of strawberries, so like it this way much better. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and enjoy my supper now. Alright everyone, so welcome to Tuesday night supper, and we are having, I'm going to be grilling out some pork chops and what we call supper salad, basically a macaroni salad. I've done a video plenty of times, but that's what we're having for supper. So I just got done, these are the elbow macaronis. And then I'm also going to throw in some cheese. I might cut up a little bit more for that. And that ham steak that I picked up on the grocery haul, I just warmed it up in the frying pan. And some black olives. Might as well throw them all in there. Oops. And now I'm going to put some Miracle Whip in that. I usually don't make this much. I don't know why I did. But we can always have some for lunch tomorrow. I'm going to need some more Miracle Whip. Let's see if I can get through making this without opening another Miracle Whip, but I'll probably have to eventually anyway. Oh, I'm going to throw some pepper in there too. I don't put salt in it, I just put pepper. I'm going to go to a bigger spoon. I think I'm going to open up the other jar of Miracle Whip. Alright everyone, so I've got the macaroni salad done, or supper salad as we call it. So that's done, and I'm doing the peaches, and this time instead of milk we are using the heavy whipping cream that I picked up at Meijer. So we're having peaches and cream, I guess you can say. I wasn't sure how it was going to taste with that, but it tastes pretty good actually. So I'm going to put some whipping cream in here. And then I'm going to put some sugar. And then just mix it all around. And I have ours separated, so this is mine, and I have Glenn's in the refrigerator already because he's out in the trailer. That way I don't have to worry about pouring 2 bowls later on. It's already poured in separate bowls. So yeah, the more you mix this heavy whipping cream, the thicker it gets, and it tastes pretty good. I might even venture to say it tastes better than with the milk in it. So there it is, peaches and cream. Pretty simple. I'm going to give her a taste. Yep, that's pretty good. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and cover this, throw it in the fridge, and that's ready. Supper salad's ready, and all I got to do is grill out pork chops. Alright, so stay tuned for that. Alright everyone, so here is our supper for this Tuesday night. Grilled out pork chops, some macaroni salad, and peaches and cream.